There are some mysteries in the world that have become ancient with time, yet their answers remain unrevealed. Sometimes a book written in a strange language that no one understands. Sometimes a computer thousands of years old was found in the ocean, and sometimes stones that are beyond human comprehension. So the question is, are all these just historical errors or a truth that humans are simply unwilling to understand? Today, we'll embark on a journey to explore the world's most mysterious secrets, things that no one has yet answered. Friends, if you haven't yet subscribed to our channel, please do so, because your subscription gives us immense motivation and will continue to make more videos like this for you. So let's start with the first mysterious secret, the Wunsch manuscript, a book that seems to contradict the very rules of the universe. Imagine you find a book written in an unknown language, filled with pictures of strange plants whose meaning even the world's most renowned scientists have failed to decipher. This is the Vanek manuscript, the world's most mysterious book. In 1912, Wilfred Vanek, a rare book dealer, discovered this book in an old monastery in Italy. It contains over 240 pages, but some pages are still missing. After radiocarbon dating, scientists confirmed that the book was written between 1400 and 1440, making it approximately 600 years old. But the real mystery begins with its contents. What exactly is inside the book? Let's find out. Every page is written in an unknown script. This language doesn't match any other culture or civilization in the world. It contains symbols and alphabets never seen before by humans. And the images are of strange and unique plants that don't exist in reality. Some pages contain astrological diagrams depicting stars and galaxies unknown to medieval Europeans. Most perplexingly, some illustrations depict naked women bathing in a strange green liquid, surrounded by tubes and pipes as if sketching some unknown technology. Some believe the book is a message from an alien civilization we cannot decipher. Others believe it's perhaps a record of an ancient civilization that vanished, its language lost to us forever. Some historians suggest it's a medieval medical guide on women's health and herbal medicine. If that were true, the language would have been deciphered. Some experts suggest it's a fake manuscript written in medieval times to make money. The question arises, why would such a complex language and systematic symbols be written in a fake book? More than 100 years have passed, yet the code of this book remains uncracked. Despite artificial intelligence and modern cryptography, the Vanek manuscript remains an unsolved puzzle. And most importantly, every page feels like it contains hidden knowledge, hidden from humanity. As if this book were science from another world. Number 2, the Nazca lines. Imagine a desert where lines drawn on the ground between soil and stone have created designs so large that they can only be seen from the sky. These are the Nazca lines, found in the Nazca Desert of Peru. To a ground-based human, these lines appear to be just random and strange excavations. But when airplanes first flew over the Nazca Desert around 1930, they revealed a surprising discovery. Over 300 geometric shapes, animals, and mysterious figures were etched throughout the desert. Imagine someone drew the faces of a human, a monkey, a jointed hummingbird, and a spider on the desert floor. And that too on such a large scale that they can only be understood from the sky. These lines were created by the people of the Nazca civilization from 200 BCE to 600 CE. The upper layer of the desert is filled with a reddish-brown soil. If this layer is removed, a light great white surface appears underneath. The Nazca people created the lines by exposing this surface. But the question is, how did they create such large and perfect designs? There were no drones at that time, no airplanes. Standing on the ground, a person would never understand the entire design. Many scholars believe that the Nazca lines were a kind of astronomical calendar, These figures align with the time of stars, constellations, and solstices. This means they may have been related to the stars and planetary cycles in the sky. One theory suggests that these lines were ceremonial pathways. People walked along them to perform rituals, perhaps prayers for water, as Nazca is a very dry region. The most popular and thrilling theory is that these lines were created by an alien civilization as landing marks to identify them from the sky. Creating something of that scale and perfection seemed almost impossible for humans at the time. Some experts suggest they were a kind of underground water map. The Nazca people likely wanted to show which areas contained water. The Nazca lines remain as intact today as they were 2,000 years ago. The dry desert climate and lack of wind ensure these lines never fade. UNESCO declared them a World Heritage Site, but the mystery remains. Were they divine prayers, a calendar, or a message to aliens? Imagine an entire civilization creating designs that could never be seen from the ground. So who did they build them for? Number 3, the Pyramids of Giza. Imagine a place that has held the world's greatest king for thousands of years, the pyramids. The Pyramids of Giza. These pyramids aren't just a tomb or an architectural marvel, but a sea of unsolved mysteries. The most discussed topic is the secret chambers hidden within the Great Pyramid of Khufu. When this pyramid was constructed approximately 4,500 years ago, it was built with such accuracy that even modern engineers are astonished. In 2017, a scientific project, the Scan Pyramids mission, made a discovery using Mayan radiography techniques, a type of cosmic ray imaging that detects hidden spaces within walls. Scientists then confirmed that a large hidden void exists within Khufu's pyramid, nearly as long as a commercial airplane. The question now arises, what was this chamber for? Some say it was a construction corridor used during the construction of the pyramids and later sealed in Nadu. Other researchers believe it could be a royal burial chamber, which no one has yet entered. Some theorists believe this chamber could be a secret vault containing ancient technology or the pharaoh's treasure. The mystery deepens further when it is discovered that the pyramids contain narrow shafts and corridors whose purpose remains unclear. For example, one shaft is built directly in alignment with the stars, suggesting a deep connection between the Egyptians and astronomy and the afterlife. The mystery of the chambers within the pyramids has not yet been fully solved. Experiments and scanning are still ongoing. However, physical entry is not permitted due to the risk of disturbing the structure. Imagine, if these chambers were to open one day, would we find a treasure or knowledge that would forever change human history? This secret chamber hidden within the pyramids remains a world-famous mystery that challenges every generation. Number 4. Easter Island Moai Statues. Easter Island is a small island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, and here stand those strange and enormous Moai statues, a sight that leaves everyone awestruck. Stone, human-like faces ranging from 13 feet to 30 feet tall stand on the ground. Some weigh up to 80 tons, and were all made with stone tools and no machines, no iron, just primitive tools. The biggest problem is how such massive stones were cut and transported from the mountain quarry to miles away. Locals say the statues walk to their locations on their own. This sounds strange, but this is precisely what makes the Moai statues even more mysterious. Some archaeologists suggest they may have pulled them using ropes and wooden locks, but even after practical experiments, modern people struggle to move them. So how could the ancient islanders have done this? Another major question is why these statues were created. Some say they were the ancestors' spiritual guardians, protecting the island. Others say they were a way to demonstrate power and authority. And some theories even suggest they were part of a lost civilization that was advanced and took its knowledge with it. Even more frightening, researchers say that beneath these statues lie entire bodies, not just heads. Large torso parts have also been found buried underground, suggesting that the statues were actually representations of entire human bodies. This means that until the centuries, people assumed they were just large heads. But the truth turned out to be even more profound. At night, when the wind blows strongly and the sound of the ocean waves echoes, the Moai statues appear almost alive, staring at you with their eyes. Number 5. The Bermuda Triangle. In a part of the Atlantic Ocean, there's a triangular area called the Bermuda Triangle, or Devil's Triangle. It has 3 points: Florida, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico. Connecting these 3 points creates a vast oceanic triangle where numerous ships and airplanes have disappeared without a trace, perplexing the world. The most famous case occurred in 1945, Flight 98, consisting of 5 American Navy bombers, was on a training mission. They reported that their compass was failing and their direction was unclear. A few hours later, their contact was lost, and their planes vanished without a trace. Most astonishingly, the rescue team that went to find them also vanished. Not just planes, but numerous ships have also vanished from here. The USS Cyclops, a massive Navy ship carrying over 300 people, was lost in the Bermuda Triangle without any ASOS signal. Neither a shipwreck nor a dead body was found. The entire ship vanished into thin air. Some scientists say that the magnetic fields here disturb compasses and navigation instruments. Methane gas hydrates. Methane gas emanates from beneath the ocean floor, changing the density of the water and causing ships to sink easily. Some theorists believe that this area is alien base, where they take humans for experiments. Another theory suggests that the Bermuda Triangle is atop the advanced technology of the ancient lost city of Atlantis, which is still active. Despite thousands of investigations, the true mystery of the Bermuda Triangle remains unsolved. Many experts say that these are merely natural explanations, but the truth is no one has a complete answer to all the cases reported here. Number 6. The Shroud of Turin. Friends, let's now turn to a mystery that has always confounded religion, science, and history. This mystery is the Shroud of Turin, an ancient cloth that remains the subject of intense debate and research worldwide. Imagine a cloth so old that a faint image of a man's entire body appears on it. This cloth is kept in the city of Turin, Italy, and for this reason, it is called the Shroud of Turin. Many believe that this is the cloth in which Jesus Christ was wrapped after his death. The outline of a long, bearded man's entire body is visible on this cloth, as if someone took a photograph and imprinted it on the cloth. The image shows marks on the man's face, hands, feet, and even back. And most astonishingly, the man's body bears the same wounds described in the Bible at the time of Jesus' crucifixion: nail holes on his hands and feet, marks of lashes on his back, and a crown of thorns on his head. Oi, ed ichi. Science has tried hard to understand this. In 1988, some scientists conducted carbon dating tests and concluded that the shroud was only 700 years old, meaning it couldn't date back to Jesus' time. However, later, more researchers stated that carbon dating failed to yield accurate results due to pollution, age, and repairs on the shroud. Some experts even suggest that the fabric's fibers experienced a light radiation that is impossible in the normal world, as if a supernatural flash had imprinted the image on the cloth. To this day, no one has been able to confirm whether the Shroud of Turin is genuine or a medieval-era fake. But whenever it is seen, people feel a strange sense of spirituality and mystery. This is something that remains a major puzzle between science and faith. Friends consider whether this is truly Jesus' shroud providing evidence of his resurrection, or simply a carefully crafted illusion that has become one of the greatest religious mysteries in human history. Number 7. The Antikythera mechanism. Deep in the ocean, a ship's hull lay broken. From it emerged an old, rusted piece of iron that at first appeared to be just a piece of scrap metal. But when scientists examined it closely, they were left breathless. This was no ordinary piece of metal. It was the Antikythera mechanism, a device thousands of years ahead of its time. In 1901, Greek divers were exploring a shipwreck that had sunk near Antikythera Island. They found gold, statues, and ornaments. But the biggest discovery was a rusted gear mechanism. At first, archaeologists thought it was simply a broken astrological instrument. But as research progressed, it was discovered to be an incredible machine dating back 2,000 years. It featured tiny gear, wheels, and dials, much like a modern clock. Further research revealed that this mechanism could calculate the movements of the sun, moon, and planets, predict eclipses, and even tell the dates of the Olympic Games. Imagine how a machine that functioned like a modern computer could have been built 2,000 years ago. This remains a major mystery. There's no record of such technology in that era around 2000 BCE. Creating such an advanced design of metal gears required precise tools that people simply didn't have at the time. Some experts suggest it may have been created by a lost ancient civilization or an unknown genius. After X-ray imaging and 3D scans, scientists confirmed that the mechanism contained 37 gears. It was a kind of analog computer that calculated space and time. But one question remains. If this technology existed 2,000 years ago, why didn't the rest of the world know about it? And how did that knowledge suddenly disappear? Some believe the Antikythera mechanism is proof that ancient aliens gave humans technology. Others say it's a remnant of a lost civilization like Atlantis. Whatever the truth, one thing is certain. The Antikythera mechanism will always remain a mystery that tells us that our history isn't as simple as we've been taught.